Okay, so we are going to start today's review session, and for all the newcomers, so the concept here is on my SSP photography learning platform, I review the images posted by the subscribers of my all-in-one course and then give them inputs as to what works, what does not work. Now, to get started with, of course, if you're not subscribed to my workshop for my online course, you are welcome to do it, where you can visit the learn.sudhirshvaramphotography.com, and on the left side here, so here you will see one of them will be if I just move this, you see the cart over here on the left side. Click on the cart and you can subscribe to this course. And again, for a quick overview of the website, so all the courses are listed over here. So these are all the courses which are available for you to view, and we do have different discussion forums where you can post your queries and I answer all those queries. So any queries, clarifications you have while you're going through the course, you want to interact with me, this is the place. So this is our own social media like Facebook, Instagram. SSP is our own, mainly for learning photography. Now the concept here is I review every individual's portfolio and then give inputs as to what works, what does not work, and then images which does not work, I delete those images, because I want everybody to maintain a very healthy set of images as a part of their portfolio. Now, to start with, the most important thing is before you select any image for processing to be posted on this platform or on the social media platform, so one very important thing, let me move my window to the right. So one very important thing with respect to the overall image posting is, if you come on the platform here, there is important tips for posting images. Most importantly, you have to go through this. So when you select an image for posting on the social media or on your profile, every single of this should be a pass. Okay, so where I basically initially talk about the exposure, then the different kind of lighting, and most importantly all these various guidelines for composition. If any of these guidelines of compositions are not met, then you should not be selecting that image for processing and posting. Okay, so if you see distracting element should not be there, check for the background, change the angle if there is any distraction, avoid bad head turn, then avoid part of the image being cut, which is basically bad composition. Placement of the subject comes in, eyes of the subject, the eye contact, what we call, has to be good. Vertical, horizontal composition, placement of the subject within your frame, which is the rule of third. So a lot of these things is what you have to go through before you start posting. With these guidelines as the backdrop, we will go ahead with the review. So what I generally do is KU, I open KU's profile. So all the various images he has posted is over here, and if I click on the photos, this is his portfolio of work. Okay, so I keep moving myself around. So I remember, so this is how you basically will have to maintain a healthy portfolio. So if I look at KU's latest post, so I had done the review till here. So this image KU, I think I like the colors, angle of shoot, you have gone eye level, which is good, the eye contact is good, the colors contrast is very nice. Now one thing which I don't like as a part of this image is the background. Now let me check what are your EXIF values, and of course as a part of the guidelines of the platform, you have to post the complete EXIF information, because that is how I can know what you have done and give inputs. If your images does not follow the posting guidelines, we delete it. Okay, 5,400. So you have a 150, 600. Why did you shoot at 560? You should have gone up all the way to 600. Okay, and also the other thing is, so we also request people to post a screenshot of the raw unedited file so that I get an idea about how the original file is. Now KUR, one issue with this image is, let me just go back to the processed image. So one issue with this image is, if you see the bird and the backdrop, okay, what we call as the subject to background separation, it's not much, because of which the background, you can see it visible. So the patchy background does not work. Okay, so this is something which you have to keep in mind. Of course, whatever inputs I give, the inputs is not just for the photographer. This is a learning input for everyone who are going to watch this. So the patchy background does not work, but as of now, KUR, I will let the image stay in your portfolio. But that is something which you have to keep in mind. If you look at the background, this whole area, look at this patches of dark black and then white. So this kind of the patchy thing, generally it doesn't work for a good photograph. Okay, so I'll let it stay for now. Latest image. Yeah, so this image is kind of nice with the deer like playing hide and seek kind of a thing. So, but again, from a composition point of view, so there's too much of foreground space. So you see this. So this foreground space, there is too much. So this entire area which is like kind of out of focus, right? So this is something which does not add too much value to the image. Little bit lower. So you could have started your frame from somewhere here. Okay, and then take it up. That would have worked. But again, it's a nice image. I will let it stay for now. Okay, so those are all the images from KUR. So let's move on to the next photographer, Satvik. Let's look at Satvik's work and his portfolio of images. Satvik is a new user, first time is posting on the platform. So, yep, Satvik, sorry, this will not work. See, you just mentioned what is the camera, what is the lens. I have no idea what is your exposure, what exposure triangle parameter you used, what is the metering mode, what was the exposure compensation. I have no idea. So if I have to give you proper feedback, then you need to basically post all those details. Okay, with the unedited screenshot, look at this. This is where I know there is something wrong with the exposure, because the original exposure is not good. Okay, it's heavily underexposed, and also the monkey, it has to come a little bit forward in the light. The face is in dark area. This image will not work. Okay, so look at this. It's a very dark patch. Eye contact, as I say, that has to be there. Eye contact is missing in this, and for that reason, this image is going to be a delete and it cannot be in your portfolio. So this yep, so I delete this. Okay, so this is the kind of feedback and the review I do. It doesn't matter you're a beginner, advanced user. Okay, so that goes from your portfolio. So Ratina, again, I believe you're also a new person on the platform. Again, the same thing, I need all the information. What has been the exposure, everything I need. See, in the past, you have given it info, all this value, but nope. Okay, I need all the details. Otherwise, if those details are not provided, we delete the file. Okay, the guidelines, because this is a learning platform, most importantly, everybody have to understand this is a learning platform. You want to learn here, you want my inputs, you have to give the data I request for. So next one, Rathina, yeah, this, look at it, you have chopped off the tail, not good. This should have been more of a vertical composition. Okay, so the vertical composition would have worked. Background is overexposed, kind of okay, but the left and right focus, black patches, this one tree branch going, not a great image. For that reason, this will be a delete. So this is 6 months old, so which means you are left with no more images in your portfolio. Study, go, learn the course, you are paid for it, go through it, come back and then post. Okay, Saurav has been on the platform for quite some time. Let's quickly see his work. Yes. Yeah, so this is what I love to review the portfolio with all the thumbnails, how the images are, and then even from here also I do the review. So all this, if you see, I've done the review in the past for Saurav. All the inputs are already given 2 months back. This is fine. Now, sorry, Saurav, this cannot stay. This doesn't work. Background, split background, not good. Look at that branch at the back running across the bird, out of focus. It's lying over there. So definitely not a great image. For that reason, this has to go. Okay. Yeah, so the leopard image, let's see. So for 200, 600 lens. Yeah, light was low, 2000 ISO. Okay, Satpura. Yeah, so I think Saurav, you have to use noise removal for this. Background, I do see a little bit of noise which has to be removed. Otherwise, I think like background blur you have tried, I believe, compared to the raw file. Okay. Yeah. So background, I see a little bit of noise that has to be worked on. Otherwise, it's a nice image. It can stay. No, elephants, no, walking away, side angle, eye contact is not there. The lighting is not great. It's nice. You tried for a habitat shot, but unfortunately, it has not worked. So this is a delete. Okay. Now look at this again. See, Saurav and everybody, these are the things you have to keep an eye on. If you go back and check the main thing over here, if you see on top, the key important things for posting image, distracting elements should be avoided. Check for background beyond the subject and avoid distractions like bright patches, out of focus branches running across the elements, blah blah blah, bright patches, dark patches. All these things are the things which has to be avoided. Okay, so if you see it here, look at this big black patch. This is such a distraction. It spoils the entire image. This patch spoils the image. This thing spoils the image. So the background is a big no, does not work. Very important, always make sure to get a complementary background. The number one mistake a lot of photographers they do is basically they just look at the subject and they start clicking. They do not check for the background. Go beyond the subject, check for the background. And for these reasons, this image cannot stay in your portfolio. You should not be posting it online. You should not even be clicking these kind of images. It's a delete. Okay, so Saurav, make a note of these things and make sure to work on this. Gaurav, let's look at your work. So even Gaurav is a very regular participant on the platform. Yes, so look at this. This is how a portfolio should be. Beautiful, each of the thumbnails, if you see the work of art, very nicely shown. Each and every of the images very beautifully done. So Gaurav, the proboscis monkey, I think from Borneo, I've been there. Beautiful lighting, spotlight on the face works very well. This is nice. This can stay. The contrast, the processing, everything is very nicely done. The red squirrel, yep, gone down. Background, I'm okay with that. Not a very nice background, but kind of works, not much distracting. Okay, so, and the eye contact is good. The color contrast processing is really nicely done. Then even the orangutan, background is overexposed, but works. The same one, Gaurav, we can try a black and white image. That also will work pretty well. This is beautifully done. Okay, so eye contact of the baby, the mother, the pose, I think hanging, everything is very nice. Yeah, brown fish owl portrait also very nice. The spotlight is good. One eye open, but yeah, this is again very nicely done. Composition, processing, everything. This image stays. Same goes with this panning as well. Very nice panning impact. Background is good, nice golden kind of a light with the gull flying. So this is beautifully done, stays. Yep, wow, this is nice. Composition, placement of the subject. Again, for beginners out here, most importantly, placement of the subject. Always try to keep it to the lower 1/3 portion of the frame, and then upper portion, the whole cloud effect you have shown, that is very beautiful. Show the habitat. Yes, simple one. Yeah, this composition, if you see here, Gaurav, so the thing is like this entire area does not add any value. Here the key area of focus, attention area, is obviously, if you see, it's basically the expression of the baby and then the overall expression, everything on the monkey, okay, or the orangutan rather. So here a proper composition of this would have been a very nice close-up of only this much. Go zoom in, look at this. This would have worked very well. So what I would request you, Gaurav, is I'll keep it for now, this image, recompose it, reprocess this image. Then you have the option basically where you can delete the image and just upload a new image for the same post. So process it that way and then upload it. This is again a beautiful one, a simple one in the habitat. The kingfisher throwing the fish catching, the colors contrast, very nicely done. So same thing here, Gaurav. I like the overall placement, the colors, the contrast, a little bit of habitat of the Borneo habitat. This is good. Yep, this is also very nice and very beautifully executed high key image with the hornbill, completely blown out sky. The greens of the leaves adds to the overall contrast in the image. This is very beautifully done. This wish the light was completely on the face, but still it works. Yep, this is also nice one, can stay. Yes, the lion, this also can stay. All this very nicely composed. Yeah, this I remember 5 weeks ago I already reviewed this. Cool. So Gaurav, definitely just quickly do a refresh of your portfolio. Yeah, I don't remember deleting anything from your portfolio. So keep up the good work, Gaurav. Very nicely done. So folks who are watching this, see, this is the kind of healthy portfolio you need to maintain, and the same thing, keep posting on social media. So let's move on. Arvind Yadav. And your photos. So people who have typically joined newly on the platform, you have to go through the course. Yeah, Arvind has been around for a very, very long time. Since 2023, he is my student. Joined Feb 2023. So the latest images, let's do a quick review of the images. Ranthambore Arvind. Kind of does not work for me. The foreground rocks doesn't add value in the image. Backdrop, either show the full habitat or zoom in on the tiger. Yeah, the positioning and other things, if you look at the raw file screenshot, no, this just doesn't work. No, so this is a delete. So these kind of images you shouldn't be even shooting. Okay. Nope, doesn't work. Mongoose with the spotted deer at the back. Good attempt on the composition, the backdrop. But yeah, I will let it stay. Let it stay. Yeah, even if we had done the other way also, the composition would have worked. And yeah, this is a very nice storytelling image. The tiger walking, least bothered. The spotted deers running. You can see the tail up, the white tail. You can see they all are running. Placement of the subject to the left side, lower 1/3 portion, the spotted deers running in the backdrop, the overall habitat in the backdrop. So composition, everything, Arvind, this is a very nice image, well done. Yeah, a typical Corbett one, I believe. Yeah, this works. A simple one showing the backdrop, placement of the subject to the lower 1/3 portion, and since the elephants are walking from the right to the left, you place them to the right side lower portion, composition showing the habitat. So the standard typical composition which I teach and encourage people to do, you have followed all those things. Nice. Yeah, showing the habitat, the tiger walking, lower 1/3 portion, placement of the subject, typical composition rules you have followed, which is good. Yep. Yeah, black and white high key has worked very well. Right side, if you see the raw file and the way you processed and converted it, it's a nice job done. Probably what you can do is on the left side where the tiger is there, highlights are a little bit low, I mean the shadow area, you can brighten it up a little, that will work. Okay, very nicely done. Yep, Gaur. Where is your focus? Oopsie doopsie. No, the focus has gone on the ear, not on the eye of the subject. Arvind, you have to make sure what is the focusing point you have used. It's 1DX Smart 2. Yeah, see, this is the problem. If you don't give me all the information, then it's difficult for me to judge where what you have done. So I don't know what kind of autofocusing point you have used. Where was your autofocusing point? Because definitely it's not on the eye. It's gone on the ear. Okay, it's a very good attempt. As of now, I'll just let it stay because I'll take it out because the image is not in sharp focus. Look at the face, the mouth also, the main area. You can clearly see the ear is in sharp focus and not the gaur. For that reason, this will be a delete. So these are the things you have to keep in mind. Yeah, simple langur one. Yep, this works. Beautifully done. This is good. Typical Ranthambore image. Yeah, the sunset. I'm okay with this. Works for me. Kind of a habitat. Yes. Okay. Yeah, this is good. Works. Again, so folks, if you're watching, look at the placement. This is one thing which I always say: lower 1/3 portion background. Just show the habitat, everything. Okay, so 3 weeks ago, this is good. Beautifully executed high key image. So guys, so this is how you can be creative. This is the original image. Put your thinking cap on. What can you do with it? Look at it. Go ahead and push things to the extreme from a processing point of view, because at the end of the day, photography is art. And you're the artist. Paint it the way you want. Yep, I think this I had reviewed. This I know. So overall, a quick preview of your portfolio, Arvind. Yeah, very nicely done. You have done a good job. Yeah, good. Keep it up. So moving on, let's see Ramesh Srinidhi. Yeah, Srinidhi is also on the platform for quite some time now. 1 year, March 2024 he joined. Let's quickly look at your portfolio. Wow, look at this. Looks so good, right? Yeah. Yeah, I remember I had reviewed this. Even this I had reviewed. I had given some inputs about this. Yes, this I remember. So this is the only new image. Works for me. Even the lower portion over there, that out of focus is a little bit kind of distraction. Background is complementary. Eye contact is there, just sitting. Colors, contrast processing is good. So I will let it stay. Okay, so moving on. Hi Archana. Let's quickly look at your work. Okay. Yeah, this I had reviewed, I know. No, this is the previous one. Yep, good work. Yeah, these ones I remember. This is good, I remember. Nice portrait. Eye contact, everything is good. Yeah, in fact, Archana, she had attended my Pilibhit workshop, and I think this one is from Pilibhit when we were in the workshop. Nice. Oh yeah, a simple one, beautiful composition, contrast, I like it. The vertical placement, vertical composition, framing, lower portion placement, backdrop, beautifully done. So good work, Archana. Keep it up. Yes, Sumalya, again a very regular, frequent person who is active on the platform, and he has actually, oops, not the groups. So Sumalya, let's do a quick review of your images. Yeah, this, I think this was the last I had reviewed, this one. Yeah, let's look at from the top. Yeah, a simple portrait works for me. I mean, I'm not a big fan of these kind of close-up portraits. If the portrait is close-up, it has to be really impactful. This image doesn't have the impact because of the background. Look at the background right side, distracting, not a great one. So even the lighting is kind of okay, side lighting, but because of the backdrop and the overall lighting being low, the impact in the image is lost, but I let it stay. Leopard, this is good. Beautiful eye contact, low angle, it's just kind of crouching down. Backdrop on top, you see that white patch, kind of distracting, but it's okay for now. So the overall composition, close-up portrait works for me for now. A week ago, yeah, it's okay. I think you have done a little bit of vignetting to the sides, kind of doesn't make too much of a difference, but gives a nice impact. So stays. Yeah, no, the details are gone. See, I mean, I think this I remember, you should have kept it as it is. With the habitat, this is such a lovely shot. And see, this is one of the common mistakes a lot of photographers they do is they shoot a beautiful image with the composition, everything, and then they try to do a close crop. Your lens doesn't have the reach. Always try to compose with whatever lens reach you have. Do not try to do a close crop of the image after shooting. This is a classic example. The image as it is in this habitat, this is very beautiful. Processing has to be done because it has got a little bit of more bluish tint, bluish cast because of the white balance usage, but that's okay for me if you ask me. But most importantly, I think like cropping wise, you have to be careful. Look at this. You try to do a close crop, in the process the details are lost. Not a great one. And look at the thin kind of a cropping. Doesn't work for me. But I will let this stay here because I want you to edit this, delete this, and process the complete file. That is really good. More of a simple tourism image for me doesn't work with respect to the lighting, harsh lighting at the back, patches of light. So that's the reason it doesn't work for me, and because of which I'm going to take it out. Three tigers, this is good. In the habitat, mother and the cubs, I believe. So where is this from? Acha, Umbraid. Okay. Acha. Oh, the F2. Oh, not the mother. All the three are the F2 cubs. Okay. Yeah, I kind of like it. Simple one, but if you see the original raw with the habitat, now composition wise, you could have shown more of the habitat on top and the lower portion, and then you could have kept the entire frame as it is without cropping. Yeah, simple one. The focus is on the bark of the tree. The bark is sharp. Tiger, which is a little behind, kind of not sharp, but that's okay. I'll let it stay. Yeah, cool. So good. Okay, 30 minutes into the review, so let me stop here. A part 2 of it, I will do it separately. So just like, hope all of you who are watching this got a fair idea about the kind of review which goes on the platform here, people who are subscribed, and most importantly what I expect you all to do. So this, I'll be very candid, very straightforward. This is not a platform to come and just keep posting your images. Instagram, Facebook, you just keep uploading as a storage or whatever, just to showcase all your work. But this is a learning platform, and only images which passes all the criterias which I have set for the guidelines of composition. If it doesn't meet those guidelines, then I delete the image, and I want to see all the EXIF information, because that is where I can give you proper inputs. Okay, so the guidelines are a little bit strict over here, but it's for your own benefit, for your own good, because that is the best way to learn. Okay, so all right, so as I said, I'll be back again later with the part 2 of this. So as of now, hope this information helps you newcomers, beginners to know like what kind of images to click, how to select an image for processing, and then even from a processing point of view. Okay, hope that helps.